Welcome to Digital Health Talks. This is Megan Antonelli, and I'm here with Janae Sharp, founder of the Sharp Index, for our monthly favorite segment, 5 Good Things.
Yes, we get to talk about good things.
There's so many.
I feel like a lot of the good things in my life now are also snacks, but let's talk about 5 good things in healthcare, I guess.
Yeah, well, it was a busy month. We spent a lot of time at HIMSS. There was a lot of sort of recovery time, a lot of follow-up. We saw a lot of great people, and that was a great thing. And we did ask a lot of people what their favorite thing about HIMSS was, and we got a lot of great responses that we'll be publishing over the next couple of weeks on our social. But overall, the energy was super high. Attendance seemed back to pre-pandemic levels. I think the number I heard was 28,000. So it was quite a kickoff to the month. And now here we are, almost halfway through March. Coming out of the news just last week, we avoided government shutdown, and embedded in a, political brouhaha was the extension of telehealth until September of 2025, which is great, right?
Yes.
I think everybody
it seems like this happens all the time. Like before, the first time I heard about a government shutdown, I was worried, but now I'm like, oh, this is just how they do things. They like run out until they're about to run out of money, and then they're like, fine, we'll do it.
It does seem like this is sort of standard operating procedures, although not a lot going on feels like that. So maybe the comfort is that this has happened before.
Yes, and they kept it going. I was thrilled to see the announcement that they're going to continue to cover telemedicine. And that's something that we started during the pandemic. I loved it. I loved being able to meet with doctors virtually. And in some areas, there is no care. So we know that it can improve health. Not everybody likes the virtual care, but I think the option is fantastic. And I'm glad that it's going to get paid for.
Yeah, and that it was included, and the extension was included means at least it's on the docket for the future considerations, and they didn't want to let it expire unattended to. So that's good. There's still, I imagine it will be used politically somehow to continue chaos. But ultimately, while it remains a little uncertain, we know that telehealth remains until September. So that's a good thing, both for all of the, providers and patients that have been using it. So that's great.
Right.
Also at HIMSS, but a little, just in the news, one of the things that I kind of walked away from it with is that there seems like there's a heating up, sort of competition in the EHR space.
Yes. I feel like through the years, we hear about people getting into health and getting out of health, like Apple, Google, they're like, they're in, they're out, everyone's going to build an EHR. Then they're like, just kidding, cancel. But at HIMSS, people are doing it for real.
Big players who have been in it for a long time, but certainly the talk was, and I heard a lot of buzz about both the Oracle EHR system and the InterSystems EHR, that they have, really trying to re-envision it in a new world, as opposed to fixing old problems, fixing new problems, new ways, I think.
Fixing new problems, new ways. The thing I love about this is that
that's what Seema Verma said.
Yes. The thing I love about it is so many people that we talk to, like when we talk about physician well-being and physician burnout, their technology is always identified as a source of stress. And, there's been that conversation, like that's just a proxy for the broken healthcare system. But one thing that people say is we need to build it from scratch. Like we need to start over. And it sounds like that's actually happening. We have people who have experience in building that clinical architecture and that security, looking at it from a new lens. I think it's possible we'll be able to come up with something positive.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think that idea that, no one ever said, if you take this EHR away from me, I'm going to quit. And now you're hearing people say, if you take my ambient scribe away, I'm out. They like that. So these are EHR systems that are going to be built with AI at the core. What exactly that means, I don't totally understand, but we will
Sometimes
see.
it means bad verbal summaries and a lot of weird emojis.
Right. We'll see. Hopefully that's not what it means.
Bruce Gibbons says it
Or
means hallucinations. It could mean a lot of things. It could also mean something good.
it could. And I think obviously Oracle's had a long journey with their EHR system for the VA. They seem to be ramping up their effort to get that into more health systems and working in more places across the VA. And they've made some announcements around that this month too. So, positive momentum there. And that's exciting to see. Competition in a space where we certainly don't think that the current is perfect is a good thing, right?
Right.
What else? What else was on our list?
Well, since we love featuring things about women, female founders, women's health, we should give a shout out to the Inc. 100's Female Founder 500, especially since our friends are on it.
Yes,
so,
right.
Congratulations,
right.
friends.
Yes, the Female Founder 500. And I think they had Abby Levy was on it from Primetime Partners, who has been at HealthIMPACT the last 2 times. Kristen Valdez, the founder of Be Well. Also, Kate Ryder from Maven Clinic, Toyin Ajahi from City Block Health. Lots of big names in women's health, but then there were also 495 new, women coming into the space. I mean, not all of them were new, but maybe just I didn't know them. But lots and lots of women there. So look for them on the show in the next few weeks, because we'll be excited to interview them and amplify the work that they're doing. I saw a lot of menopause products, a lot of women's health products, but also more broadly in the consumer tech space and other healthcare arenas. So good stuff, and it's great that Inc. does that and amplifies those female founders as well.
Yes. It's nice to know that we're still allowed to highlight those. And just it's also been good for me to see like women are making such great changes and women are really supporting each other.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of, another good thing is HealthIMPACT as we're getting ready. Well, we've got a very full agenda for 2025 and what's coming up. We're going to be at Sway Health with our friend John Lynn in San Diego. Then we're going to be at HealthIMPACT in June. We're also helping with the HIMSS SoCal event that's coming together for the CXO Forum, which is in May.
And the HIMSS Utah event.
When is that one?
April. Right? It's in April in Park City.
Right. April in Park City. Ours is at the Nixon Library in Yerba Buena, California. Mm-hmm. And that's in May. So busy. And then, of course, we're back at HealthIMPACT in June. So we've got a bunch of different events happening this Q2. April, May, June. Exciting.
One good thing that I've seen is that Geeta Nayar, Dr. G, she's spoken at HealthIMPACT. She's an expert. I love her. She was asked to write more about misinformation. And I feel like that is so timely right now. Everywhere in the news, you read stuff and it's like, first of all, it's like opposite day. Second of all, you're like, this is a twilight zone. And I can't tell if we're just like losing some security thing with people who are trying to make us all nuts. Like this, there must be something there. This is a national, like our lack of ability to get great information is actually a risk to our health and to our lives.
It sure is. And her first book was great. And it's just exciting to see so quickly that they are, asking her for sort of that next edition. So Dead Wrong, really written coming out of the pandemic. And, I think maybe probably a little bit surprised that here we are again. We haven't forgotten. We've reelected and we are here. And there's a heightened misinformation. And so there is no shortage of a need for better information around healthcare. And it's sort of a critical time. So I'm excited you have her tomorrow on the book club.
Everyone has to join. It's free. Come. She's going to tell us about misinformation. Really, people are dying. And beyond that, people are speaking past each other and they don't know how to judge the value of, Kathy on Facebook versus the National Library of Medicine, it's a very difficult time.
Gita participating on the book club, as well as we're doing the rewrite of is it a second edition? I don't want to get that wrong.
Okay, everyone.
Yeah.
Final summary. We're getting an update, and I'm hoping it's going to be about juicy politics and about international operatives fighting against Americans' ability to literally just even
know the truth about health or any other information that is out there. So, but good on Dr. G. I also saw, I think it was a pretty prominent Speakers Bureau endorsing her. So I just like that she's getting the word out and getting attention, and hopefully she'll come back to Health Impact soon and tell us what that next update is going to be about.
Right. And you'll be able to see her Friday. That's tomorrow. Or you can watch it on demand.
Awesome. Well, that is what we have for 5 Good Things. Thanks, Janae. Thanks, everybody. And thank you, Dr. Kagan, Patty Hayward, Dr. Stephanie Lahr, and Raju Joshi for joining us today on Health Impact Live. Thank you to our listeners. Please continue to subscribe, follow, and amplify all of us on channels. And thanks so much. That's Megan Antonelli and Janae Sharp signing off on Digital Health Talks.